Can you hear me now? You can hear me now, right? You can hear me now? Yeah, someone's messaging me like crazy, but you can hear me now, right? Hello? Hello? Okay, so what I was saying was, okay, I'm getting my notes up here. I'm just going to go into this. Now this is, oh my goodness. Somebody's saying that they can't hear us. Tell them we got the sound fixed. Okay, so I can't, honey, I can't talk right now. I'm on here. I can't. Okay.
What do you want to say? Here.
All right, hold on one sec. All right, never mind. Let me see. Now I've got to fix my volume again. Is it working? Can you hear me now again? Okay. Yes, you can just, you're coming in. Okay. All right, so sorry about that. Hi, Fergie. So there's this vlogger. She's about 10 years on YouTube. And so my daughter's, I saw it coming up in my feed, and it was May 3rd, she made a video. And what it is it said something about, I saw that there was some stuff going around. It was coming on my feed. I guess some of you might have been watching it, because sometimes when you do, it comes up in my feed. And so my daughter calls me tonight and she goes, you have got to watch this lady. And she's like, I don't know what it is with the two of these people. They don't even seem like they're up here. So I said, oh, I've seen the thing. I didn't watch the video. And she said, no, you have to watch the video. So and then she goes, and then you have to go to their adoption video and find out why they pulled out of adopting from the Philippines. So I said, okay, all right, I'll check it out, because I was in the middle of that trial. So anyway, I put it on, and put it on the TV, and Jimmy watched it too. And I'm going to go through my notes, okay? This was called, we have some really sad news to share or something, okay? That's what the title of their video was. Just a little tiny bit of background on this person. She is in her 30s. She has been on YouTube for about 10 years. She started up in like the makeup kind of thing, but then she did a lot of lifestyle things like what's in my bag, or a day in the life of her, what she eats in a day, blah, 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 right? Pretty standard fare. She has over 1 million subscribers, but if you go and look at her analytics, you can see she had hardly any views. For over 1 million subscribers, she was getting sometimes 4,000 views a day. Okay, that's ridiculous for somebody of that size. That's going to factor into my notes on if this really was what it was, okay? So they had a bull terrier, and I'm going to tell you about what really some strange stuff. And it's, don't worry, I'm not good. It's nothing, it's not animal abuse like you're thinking it. They didn't. Not like that, okay? There's nothing going to be graphic about animals. I'm not going to do anything like that. So let me go over to, shoot, where is my, that says that's my Phillippi document. Okay, here it is. It is my Phillippi document. Okay, so they live in Nashville, Tennessee. They have a 1-year-old little boy. 1.3 million subs, but they're dropping. And There's some controversial subjects she's gotten into before, but I'm not going to get into them, about vaccinations and things like that, okay? Her husband is Dan, and he's on a lot of videos with her, and he's on this video with her for part of it. But then he gets off. Okay, and let me get to where I said this. I don't know why I have like two things here and I'm not having my... Shoot. I think my notes... Hey, Jimmy?
Yes.
Can you go on my laptop right there? Never mind. I'll do it. I left my notes on my laptop. I've got to email them over here. No, I don't think. I don't know if. Okay. Wait a second. Maybe I. Yeah. Just look at my Word on the laptop. They're the ones that are they are in a bigger font than the other things.
Which ones do you have over here?
Okay, you're gonna bring. All right, just bring it over here, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, guys. So I can't even.
There's 3 different word things here. Here.
All right. Okay, because I don't. Okay. Well, all right. Let me just. Hold on a minute.
Here's the word right here.
Yeah, I know, but just wait a second. Okay, let me get this down.
Get what?
Let me get this off.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna put this right
No,
here.
but you don't understand.
Get
Let
it
me
up.
just. Yeah.
Okay, here.
Let me. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
That's the word.
You don't understand what I mean.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Hybrid ambush.
All right. So I'm not going to be able to read like this. So.
And so you're gonna email them to yourself?
Yeah, but I can't really do it like this
Let me
because
see.
I can't really maneuver. Jimmy.
Tell me which one you want me to email
I
to
just
you.
want
Which
this one
folder?
right here.
All right, well, I'll take care of it.
Well, let me just save it as
Okay, I'll go email it to you.
Okay, hang on. Just hold on. What is this? Okay, I'll take care of it. It's okay. I'll put it in here. No, but you're gonna have to take this back because I can't hold this.
You can't do any work with that like that?
No.
Okay.
Not at all. I just gotta send it to myself now. All right, thanks.
Sure you got it?
Yep.
Okay. Can you have the mouse?
And which mouse is that one?
I think it's this one.
You've got the red one, yeah. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Thought I had my notes and I had something else. Okay. Okay, so. Jimmy, why is this doing this? Jimmy, I don't think it's sending me the right one. Jimmy, wait, something's wrong. What? That's what's happening. For some reason, it's not saving the right file. Could you just copy and paste what's in there and just put it in an email, in my email? Okay. It's not, for some reason, it's still sending me the wrong file. Okay. Even though I saved it. Okay. Yeah, it's sending me the wrong one. Sorry about this, guys. Okay, let me see if there's anything I can tell you on these other notes while we're here waiting. Let's talk about their adoption. Okay, we'll talk about the adoption first. They've been married for about 12 years or so, or at least together for about 12 years. And they came on and they said, we have to give you an update in the adoption story. We are not going to be adopting from the Philippines. And that's because she was posting all of this stuff on her Instagram about adopting in the Philippines through the Holt agency. And then she got a call from the Holt agency and they were like, hey, don't you know about our social media?
You gotta make it big, okay?
Yeah, whatever you want.
We'll check it out and see if you got it yet.
Okay. Now the trolls are all going to say, Kent, why didn't you get prepared? I thought I was. No, I don't have it yet. Now I do. Let's see. No, you sent me the wrong thing again. You sent me the wrong file. It's the one with the big font. Do you know which one I'm talking about? No. Yes, I know. 3 times I've gotten the wrong file. So anyway, she says we got an update. So the Holt agency calls and they said, listen, you cannot post on social media anything about this. It's not allowed from the Philippines. And what's more important, even when you pick up your baby from the Philippines, you take your baby home, you are not going to be able to post your baby on social media. And that is because the Philippine adoption takes a year. Okay, even though they have the baby, and so the husband's like, and I don't like that we have the baby and it's not ours, even though it's in our home, and we have to follow all these regulations. And she said, yes, and I'm not good with regulations because, and he goes, well, we live our entire lives in front of the camera. We're not good with that. And she said, I make mistakes all the time and I'm posting things to Snapchat. What if I make a mistake? And then I ruin everything and all the adoptions for everybody from the Philippines, and I hurt the Holt organization. So she said, so we're not going to adopt from the Philippines. And he's like, it's a really good thing that we found out now, because if we had found out way into the process, it wouldn't work. And then, so they talk to Holt, and they have Holt go and ask to see if they'd make an exception for these people, telling them that these people are vloggers and they live their life in front of the camera. Could you please make an exception for them for their adoption and let them put everything on social media? And they said, no exceptions. So then she says, okay, well, they gave us some other countries, and they gave us Korea. And when they said Korea, he started, smiling, and he really didn't say why. Okay, so then she tried to explain it that they're very if you listen to them. Okay, let me see. Yeah, but I thought, okay. All right. But you sure that is that everything? Okay, so I'm just going to finish the adoption one first, okay? So she says we're going to go through Korea, and then at this time they don't have any other children. So she then says that's if we get accepted to the Korean program, because there are some requirements. So he's like, huh, and she's like, what does that mean? She's like, that means you think we're going to be no problem accepted? Yeah. But see, along with China, I don't know if any of you have ever looked into international adoption, but especially China has very, very stiff regulations. Even though they have like an abundance of children that are aging out in their orphanages, they were very tight on the requirements. And anybody that was either seeing a mental health counselor, anybody that took an antidepressant, they said no. There were a lot of no's. Yes, come in, Jimmy.
Okay, so if you open up the one, right?
Yes, I got it right here.
No, is that all of it? Because there's something else I saw in another.
Yeah,
attached to another. Bottom of another email.
Yeah, I've got it. That's what I'm trying to go through now. I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, because it's like on the other end of another email. So
yeah, this is so discombobulated. I'm trying
to.
Okay, so.
You want to get that?
Jimmy, I have it. Thank you, sweetheart.
Oh, you are.
Okay, so now where was I? Okay, I'm gonna remember where I was now. Let me see here. Okay, so if you're going through China and stuff, that BMI being off, there's so many different things that could be off. So she says, oh, well, I see a counselor. I'm right out there with that on my every her videos. And she says an SSRI, not for depression or anything, but for pain, which I really haven't heard of anybody taking an SSRI for pain. But whatever. So she says, I don't know if they're going to accept me or not. Well, long story short, they never ended up adopting from Korea. I don't know whether they didn't get it. I didn't go into their videos that much, okay? But when she is talking today about this dog situation, she mentions that they have this child together. This is their child that she gave birth to, and he is a year old. When you're listening to them speak, you don't know how old this child is. And she's like, he's not a baby. And I'm thinking like, okay, he must be like 3-4 years old. What is he? But he's only just a year old, okay? So they're talking about his interaction with the dog. And the way they speak about it sounds like the child is a much older child. But anyway, and by much older, I mean 3-4 range, okay? So they say we've got a really sad video. We had to put Bowser to sleep over the weekend. Now, Bowser is their 10-year-old, was their 10-year-old bull terrier. And they go on to say, and they're all glammed up for this interview, for this video. Everything behind them, they got the little string lights on, okay? This is not just an impromptu video to tell what's happened. They don't look, they look like they took their time getting ready. Let's put it that way, okay? She says, people are not going to get it. So already she said people are not going to get it, what they did. When you look into this, and there's a lot of inconsistencies in here, and this is the problem, okay? They go from saying this is the greatest dog in the world to this dog was so dangerous, okay? So we had to put Bowser to sleep over the weekend. We did not make this decision lightly, and people are not going to get it, and they're going to be upset. But Dan said, that the husband, no one is going to be more upset than he is, because he had Bowser for almost a decade. And she said, for those of you that don't know, he's an angel, but he likes to get rowdy. And Dan says he liked that rowdy side of the dog. So then Dan goes on to say for many, many years, he was an extremely dangerous animal outside the walls of my house. So he was an outside animal who had to be kept in my house. What do you mean he was an outside animal? He's your dog. He's your pet. It's not an outside animal. And then she says, well, you know what? He was attacked by her parents' old bull terrier. And that is something that they think had caused this dog harm right off the start. He was attacked badly by her parents' bull terrier when he was a puppy. And then Dan says, well, there have been multiple incidents, and, we could have put him down a really, really long time ago, because he seriously injured a couple of different dogs, including Zoe, which I'm sure is her little Yorkie that she keeps picking up every once in a while, okay? Now, then they mention Logan, that's their son. Once he got to the point of running around by himself, and he grabbed Bowser's ear, is what he said. And he said that the dog didn't do anything, but the ear fully ballooned up. The way he says something like a boxer's does. Okay. And then there was an incident, and he got Logan in the face, and it happened 20 minutes before we were going to the airport. And obviously, it was not bad. How do we know obviously it was not bad? Okay? Obviously, it was not bad, but he's still healing up from a little mark on his face. She doesn't say bite. They don't say bite. They don't say broke. They say a little mark on his face. It almost doesn't matter. It was not that he was attacked. He did not attack Logan. Logan tried to take food from him and really got in the mix. Like we said, we were always waiting for the worst to happen. Now, hold on a minute. if you know your dog is so dangerous and you have a small child, okay, you've got to do something. You've got to get a trainer. Hold on one second. What?
I sent an email with there's 2 parts in it.
Okay.
Maybe they may mix up, but still.
Okay. You have to then look at the situation. If this dog, but there's so many issues because they have big photo shoots with the dog and the dog's been in the videos and they never mention that this dog was dangerous in all the time they've been doing videos. Okay? Now they vacillate between the dog being extremely dangerous but then not doing anything to prevent their child. Okay? Even after the other incident where he pulled the ear and the ear ballooned up. Okay, and then he goes on to explain they were always waiting for the worst thing to happen. So what did you do to prevent it? Like, what are you going to do? You're either going to have to rehome your dog to a family that can handle it. Now, I understand a lot of places are not going to take an aggressive dog. They're going to give the dog a test. Even if you brought the dog to the SPCA, they're going to do a test on it, and they're not going to take an aggressive dog. But what did they do? We didn't hear anything that they did. We never heard them talk about a trainer or anything. And when you hear him describe in a little bit about the dog could not go out of the 4 walls of the house. He went into the backyard. They couldn't even bring the dog into the veterinarian's office. This is what they're saying. Yet he's at a photo shoot, and someone's taking the pictures, obviously. So and he sleeps in the bed with them. Not making a lot of sense. Okay. Anyway, so we're always waiting for the worst to happen. And then they thought, well, what if we rehome this dog, and then someone else would have to put him down. And as you guys know, we weren't sure what was going to happen with Bowser because he has basically special needs. It was weird to have him attack Logan because we were going to different places and looking to move. We actually looked at places to rehome Bowser, but he was our cloud angel. We contacted the Humane Society, and they made it clear to us, okay, that they would have liability. They would still be liable for this dog. If the Humane... Now, we find out the Humane Society... Well, let me tell you, okay? This is number 1, red flag. She says she called the Humane Society. She says she spoke to a woman there, and the woman told her, well, you know what? You'll still be liable for this dog. Even if we take this dog and adopt this dog out to another family, if something happens with that dog, you're going to be liable in this state. And she said that, basically your best bet is to put the dog down. Now, the Humane Society has come out and said no one has ever talked to these people. That's not true. That she did not call the Humane Society. So now whether she called the SPCA or something, but she did not speak to the Humane Society, and they have come out publicly and said, you did not speak to us, and we did not tell you what you said that we said. Okay. So she says, well, with that, we would still be liable, and that was the woman on the phone, and she said that Bowser has shown aggression, and she said it sounds like you're just waiting for Bowser's worst attack. Okay, and there they reiterate it. The worst attack. It's like they're trying to get it in our head. And she says, like I said, we had to think about it. And then Dan says again that Logan was in Bowser's space and he would scream at Bowser and he would get in his space. But Bowser wasn't going to do anything to Logan, he says. But when Logan got older, what would happen then? So this 1-year-old child, they're letting him go in there around Bowser, scream at him, and still okay. But they're wondering what will happen when he gets older. Number one, the dog is 10 years old. Life expectancy for a bull terrier is probably not that long because the larger the dog, our American bulldog, live till 10 years old. A lot of the times they don't live very long, okay? Especially like a bully breed or something like that. They're acting like this dog had like another 15 years or something. When he gets older, we should be worried about it now, but you know, I'm going to go, I know I'm all over the place, but it's just, there's so many thoughts here. So then Dan says, well, here's what Bowser was doing. Bowser will go into a corner because he doesn't want to be bothered. Well, the dog is 10 years old. He doesn't want to be bothered. He wants to lay down. And Logan will go over to the corner. So this dog, rather than deal with Logan, he would get up, Dan said, and move to another place. And he didn't bite Logan. He would give a little growl, but he would get up and move himself off to another place. And if Logan went over there, he would do the same thing. Not biting Logan, not snapping at him, moving around, okay? And he said, so he'll just move to the next spot. And it's not all the time, because there could be times that when Logan would go over to Bowser, that Bowser would greet him with a wagging tail, and he would even lick food off his face, and you know, and then she said he's not a baby, but, you know, he's not that good at controlling himself. And God willing, if we have more kids and then we have to start all over again. Again, I'm thinking, your dog probably doesn't have a lot of years left. You're worried about, you know, having more kids. She said, we didn't schedule, you know, it's not, because they went away, okay? They went away, apparently, I guess, to visit her parents or something, or to look at a home, to look at houses they were going to move in, or on vacation. I don't know what the heck they were doing. She said, but contrary to what people think, we did not have him put down the day we got back from vacation. And she goes, I mean, we thought Bowser has to get out of here. And we have, well, and then Dan says, I grew up with, you know, Old Yeller, the movie Old Yeller. Do you remember the movie Old Yeller? Okay. Watched it once with my older kids, and it was traumatic, okay? Old Yeller is a great dog. He's not an aggressive dog, but he gets bitten by some animal, I forget what it is, and he's got to be quarantined, and he ends up getting rabies, and they have to shoot the dog, and it's traumatic. This guy says he grew up with Old Yeller. You see this part? I grew up with Old Yeller, you know? I kind of just want to take Bowser by the scruff of his neck, take him out to the backyard and shoot him. Because that's how I like to do things. What? Okay. So, and this guy is not some big brute of a guy, okay? He's this little skinny guy. And he's now acting like he's like all fluffed up. He's gonna... fluffed up. Anyway, it was a really bizarre thing to say. So she says, we all came back and then they're saying we had the best day together. Okay? It was really rough. It happened on a Friday. And we fed him really good food, and we took him on a drive, and we soaked up the sun, and we relaxed with him, and we paid for the anesthesia person to come over to the house. So we didn't have to do it in the facility because, you know, we didn't want to go through that. So they were talking about what they didn't want to go through because the dog would show aggression, whatever she's saying, to any dogs that are there. So they did this, and it was the worst day. And then she goes, and it was amazing. It was a beautiful, perfect ending in our arms, and only one moment of tension when he was using the needle. And I was hugging him and telling him how I felt, and combined with prayer to God for giving us this time with him and Bowser. And Bowser was so unique and special. And, you know, we didn't have kids for 11 to 12 years of our marriage, so he was really like our kid in the kidless years. And we thank God for letting us have him and protect him. We didn't want to do this, obviously. When you make a hard decision, you don't want to make it. And tell people, but we want people to know where our other family member went. Bowser was a big part of our internet life. Yeah, he is so much of a part of your internet life that nobody knew the dog was dangerous. You never mentioned the dog was dangerous. Or that the way Dan made it sound like he was just going to kill anybody that got in his way, okay? Whether it's a person or another dog, but they have a little Yorkie that's walking around, okay? We don't know what we said or what we did not say, and after all that said, Bowser's the best dog ever. So then she says, I made a list on my Instagram, things I don't want to forget. And she's holding this Yorkie as she's doing this. And she goes through the way he smelled, the soft spot on his nose, the thick fur on the back of his neck, his proud chest, his elephant toes, how his tongue stuck out when he smiled, blah, 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 all over the Instagram post. And then she says, I know a lot of people. Oh, his octopus lips. I will never forget all those things. I don't want to forget all those things. And then she goes, sorry, guys, Dan is officially out. He is just far too emotional. So he's gone. He's gone from the video now. A lot is changing here in the next few weeks. Really. And this is my job, okay? Sharing my life. And, I want to do both here. I want to share my life, and it is my job. She's saying, I don't know what to say. I want to go now. Then she says, I know a lot of people with 4 kids who did not want to get a dog because if the dog gets jealous, and a lot of you have asked us how the dog is with Logan, and we said he was fine. And I want to clarify that is not a lie. That's what she said. But it got harder the older he got. But once he got older and got feistier, Logan, and it was Logan in Bowser's space, and it was unfair to Bowser. I mean, he was a good dog-ish. She says dog-ish. Okay, so then, let me get over here because my notes are all messed up. Now let's see. Okay, so she says anticipating the death is really hard. And when I had to think about it in the past, it's been hard. I mean, we thought 5 years ago, we thought we might have to put him down because of his aggression. I mean, in some ways, it was anticipated for a really long time. I mean, I never thought we would have to put him down. They're all over the place. He just had to be in the right home. I mean, no one knows how to take care of Bowser except for Dan, okay? Then they call the dog bipolar. And so he goes into another mode if he hears a dog bark. And then he runs back and forth. Scuttlebutting is a bull terrier thing, he says, as Dan's talking. And he tries to actually go through the wall to get to another dog he hears. And he runs so hard, listen to this one, he pulls his nails out. What? And that being said, he was an awesome inside dog. He stayed clean, and he got to sleep in the bed from time to time, and he was the best snuggler. Okay, so let's go back to why they might have released this video. Now, do I think they thought this video was going to go over well? No, I 100% know they knew this video was not going to go over well because they said it in the very beginning. In the first sentence, they said something to the effect that I don't think people are going to like this or people are going to be upset with us. When you see how the views plummeted for her videos and had been really, really low, like I said, you can check it on their analytics where they're getting 4,000 views a day, and they have over 1 million subscribers. That is extremely, that's your channel's failing at that point when you have that many subscribers and you went from getting massive views to getting 3,000, 4,000 views a day. What are they trying to do? To shake this up? Okay, because I never heard of this lady. Did you hear of this lady before this? Many people hadn't, okay? Maybe when she first came on the scene, people had heard of her, people used to watch her, but she's probably was dwindling down to very few people that were watching, and she was probably being taken over by the newer vloggers, okay? No press is bad press. Did she need to get her name out there? I mean, let's look at this. If you have a situation where a dog is attacking your child, okay, I have a friend, okay? Her daughter got attacked so bad by their dog. I mean, horrifically. I mean, half of her face. I think she had like 40 stitches in her face, okay? She was in Ethan's class. She still is in his grade. And they put their dog down. Their dog almost ripped their daughter's face off, okay? Nobody questioned them and said, oh my gosh, you people are horrible, okay? I know people like that, right? You've heard that? Even the dog warden or something will recommend that, will even court order that if someone is attacked very, very badly. I've known people that have had to rehome a dog due to a dog being extremely aggressive, either to other dogs that have killed other dogs in the home, and they've been rehomed to homes without other dogs or without other cats after they've passed aggression tests. But yes. So was their dog a dangerous dog? If their dog was a dangerous dog, how come they didn't talk about it ever before? You might say, well, maybe they didn't want to say their dog was well, if they didn't say their dog was a dangerous dog, why would they bring it up now? Right? Wouldn't you just say, well, look, this is going to be really controversial, and if they truly made this decision because they thought this dog was going to attack their child or attack another child, then why did they have to bring all this to this video, right? The dog was 10 years old. They could have easily said, you're not going to believe this, or, we had to put our dog to sleep. And I don't think a lot of people would have, thought much else. The dog is 10 years old. Okay. Anyway. There's a reason they brought this out, in my opinion. They brought this out because they needed to shake it up. She knew she was going to face backlash. He knew it. I guess when they balanced, hey, we'll have no views, or hey, we'll get a lot of views, okay? And maybe a lot of people will subscribe to Hate Watch or to get our other videos, or maybe somebody will relate to it. Whatever it is, we got to do something to shake up the channel. That's what I think happened there. Because now, I'll tell you something. If you just want to see what that will do, I don't know what it'll do long term for them, but in the days since she's had this on, hold on one second. Shoot, hold on, where's my... Where's my thing here? Here it is. Why can't I find my YouTube thing? One second, guys. I'm just trying to get... Okay, hold on. See, I told my daughter, because I know, when my friend's dog bit their daughter and they had to put the dog down. It wasn't an easy decision for them, but they couldn't take the chance. The girl was severely attacked. And I understand as a mother that if you have a dangerous dog and it's attacking your children, something's got to be done. But how come we never heard that it was a dangerous dog? How come they never talked about a trainer? Did they do anything? Did they seek any options in those years prior to even having a child, right? And let me just tell you what difference this video has made. Okay, where's my glasses? Prior to her posting this video, she was getting views like 4,063 a day, 5,310 a day. She posted this video, and the next day she had 80,192. Then she had 45,000. Then she had 89,000, and then she skyrocketed as it gained. It started to be shared all over the place. 360,000. The next day, 368,000. Okay, and then it went down on Sunday. Sundays the numbers to 34,000, but then back up to 124,000 and 157,000. It hasn't done anything for her. She's lost subs, but subs, you have to understand, the subs matter to a point, okay? To a point that if you want to get monetized on YouTube, you need a certain number of subs. But it's the views, because you can have 2,000 subscribers and be making more than somebody with 1 million subscribers if you're monetized. It's all about views. It's not about subs, okay? So she's got a lot of views now. And whether they're hate watching it or whatever it is, she doesn't care that she's losing 10,000, there's a loss of 30,000 subs from April 29th till now. But that doesn't, she could care less on, well, maybe she just doesn't like to see it, but her views are the things that matter, and they're going up. What's going to happen? Is she going to get a lot of hate? Now, we've seen this happen with the Maya Stauffer thing, right? But her husband's channel is still doing well, even though everybody knows about the adoption thing, and her channel is still earning income, even if she's not making any videos, because she has so much stuff there that people are still looking at. Is this just for views? Did she do this to shake up her name to get it out there? Will people resonate who maybe had to get rid of a dangerous dog or maybe had their child attacked? I don't know. The adoption stuff is weird. The dog, I was kind of a little bit thinking about like, well, what if this dog was really dangerous? But then things didn't make sense. These photo shoots with the dog. All the time this dog has been a part of their family, and so much so that she says she's got to tell you what happened to the dog. It's their family member, but she never mentioned the dog was dangerous. And then yet never did anything about getting any kind of a trainer or anything involved early on when she said it was first attacked, right? And then the lie about the Humane Society. Now she could come on and say, oh my gosh, I said Humane Society. It was the SPCA. That could be something. She could have the name wrong. She could. We don't know that. She could have just said that. But the Humane Society has said, no, you didn't, nobody from our agency talked to you about this. Don't be putting that out there. Okay, so let me go on to this now. Now, when they're doing this video, like I said, they've taken time to get, they don't look distressed, or they really took their time to get ready for this. They're talking right into the camera. They explain they had to put the dog down, right? They give the whole summary of what happened. And again, the Humane Society, I believe it was on the Today Show, said that they had nothing to do with this couple. The couple never elaborated as to who they spoke to from the Humane Society or gave any information. There's also the mention they're moving. Could that have anything to do with this? right? And then she said, we were talking, we had to get rid of Bowser. That doesn't sound like in the most loving terms, get rid of him, right? We don't know about any ways. I said they didn't hire a trainer, nothing to deal with this aggression that they said. They were completely contradictory statements saying the dog's bipolar, in the next minute calling him the best cuddler. Again, I went over the old Yeller part. That was just really disturbing. Again, I'm going to say, why did they have to advertise this? I don't even know why they had to bring this to social media, and that's why. The dog was 10 years old. Again, there's my notes. Very possible the dog could have passed in many ways. The fact that they sensationalized this situation in the way they did, they had to know they were going to get backlash. They had to know this was going to be controversial, right? It's quite interesting. And I can't help but feel skeptical that they want to really bring this issue to the public when they've seen exactly the rehoming of, and that was what she called it, Maya Staffer's adopted son, right? And what that brought about. Now I thought, well, maybe they were upset and they did not really bring out how bad things were, right? Because they kept vacillating back and forth between complimenting the dog and then saying they were really worried and there was something really bad going on with him. And then I said the other controversy again is the adoption. About she would not agree where she could not have that child in front of the cameras. They couldn't put it on hold. She said, if maybe we prayed about it. Could we put it on hold for a year until they give us the okay that we can put that child on social media? So I don't know. Do any of you have any knowledge of this? Do you watch these people? What's your idea of them? Because I don't. My daughter asked me to do something. I did it. I looked at this and I said I would talk about it, and that's what I did here. And now I'm going to go check the chat here. So just let me go to check the chat. Let me know if you watch this at all. If you watch this couple, if you watched them in the past, what your thoughts are. Did you watch this video? I know some of you had to watch this video because it was in my feed too. I'm going to put the number in Slack if somebody wants to call in about it. Let me see, I just have to take this over here to get that. If you're not in Slack and you want to call in about it, you have to send an email to carolyn@truecrimechat.org and I can get you in to talk about it. Let me go back to put this in Slack real quick. Where's my, hold on, I can't find. How come I can't find the live chat anymore now again? It keeps disappearing on me. Sorry about all the discombobulation. I thought I had all my notes and everything. Now again, I am going to go in here. But the number's in Slack if you want to call in and give your thoughts on this. I don't know if Scooter watches this family because sometimes she watches family blogs even though they're not really, they just had a baby recently. Till then they were married. So let me see what you guys are saying. Let me just say hi to everybody really quick. Hi, Ann Bradley, Antimony Lane, Ashley Vestal, Kathy, Debbie D, Debbie L, Deborah Vancouverden, Easily Distracted, High 61, Karen H, Kathy from Texas, Lisa Galkowski, Lisa Norton, Liza Ward, Mary Tackett, Nightbot, Robbity Bob, Sharshar, Sharon, Tina Medley, Vicky, and Whisper to Me. And I have to put that farm thing. I thought I was doing that, and then I got distracted. Hold on, I got distracted. I'm just gonna put it in here right now. Remember Bonnie came on and told you about that farm, and they're having those bake sales for an Amelia's name. If you want to donate something through PayPal or Venmo, you can do that and just put in Amelia O's memory when you do that. Okay, and I will try to get into Nightbot tomorrow. Let me just get it. I'm always in the middle of something and I completely forget what the freak I'm doing half the time. Okay. Okay, so where's the... No, I'm going to lose the chat again. Where the freak is the... Oh, shoot, I just closed the chat. This is like, technology is really playing games with me today. Okay. So this is where you could donate, and that would be in... Okay, that's for Scooter's granddaughter, Bonnie's daughter, and anything, they said anything, because they have like animals, they take in all kinds of animals, whether they're dogs or they're one-legged turkeys, which the one-legged turkey was stolen, but all that stuff. So, you know, even if it's $1, $2, $5, anything helps. And just put in memory of Amelia O. Please, thank you. Okay, hi, sorry. So let me see if you guys, I want to see what you were saying. So Ashley Vestal is here. How's it going, Ashley? You never heard of them until tonight. They don't sound like my cup of tea to watch, Debbie D said. Yeah, I've never heard of these people. That's why I'm saying, did they do it to shake things up? Did they do it to get the name out there? Let's see. Did you watch these people, Scooter? Maybe they gave their dog away, but just said they put the dog down to get a response or views. Yeah, I don't know, Tina. I never heard of them. You never watched them, now you're curious. I'm so sorry I missed your invite last night. I ended up falling asleep. I wasn't feeling well. Oh, did you want to call in tonight?
Is that Moni?
Yes. I used to watch her, and I just checked and was still subbed to her, but not anymore. I just unsubbed her, Lisa Norton said. What were your thoughts on her prior to this, Lisa? Did you ever find out there were some things that were off, or what? Is there any pictures of them that we can see? Yeah. You haven't heard of the channel. Okay, Scooter, did you watch these people?
No, but you know what? That did pop up in my feed.
Yeah, it popped up in mine too. And then my daughter called me about it, and she's like, oh my gosh, it's all over the place.
Yeah, I just didn't, click on it, but wow.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but what are your feelings on it?
I think it is, like you said, views.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Robbie, Bob, and Shar. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't watch them really to make an opinion. I was just listening to what you said, and it just sounds all over the place, sort of.
Yeah, they were. It was just so weird because they were like, oh, it's the most awesome day. Oh, it was the worst day. It was awesome. It was, oh, he's the best dog. He's the greatest cuddler. Oh, he's very, very dangerous. It was, yeah, just really weird. Here's a picture of the couple, and this is from, let's see, this is what's out there, and what is this?
And did you say he's an American bully?
No,
Bulldog?
he was a I'm going to give you guys a link if you want to look. This is from Access Hollywood. There's pictures there from the Instagram, from the dog and everything. You can look at it. Hold on. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, there you go. Now, if you look at that, you'll see the pictures. But, yeah.
Oh, she said she's not feeling well tonight.
Oh, okay.
She has a stomach bug, so she said possibly tomorrow.
Right.
Oh, earlier. Okay.
So the community, apparently, for the community is condemning them on YouTube, right? I didn't look at any of they shut their comments off on their blog. They called them dog murderers. There was a popular vlogger, Lore DIY. I don't know her either, who's a dog parent to her own bull terrier who reacted to Bowser's death in a video titled, "This is cruel and not okay." And then I think this is her that said it. There were 9 years of opportunities to get help. You have the biggest platform. You have millions of followers. You're rich. You've got money. You have access to any kind of trainer that you could possibly want or need to correct this behavior. There is just no excuse for skipping all of the other steps that come before putting your dog down and then having a photo shoot and making a video about it. Others criticize the couple for their pre-euthanasia photo shoot.
Now, that's disgusting that they did that.
Right, and there was a photographer there, but he made it sound like this dog cannot be around anyone that's not in the family or he will like rip them to shreds.
Oh, ridiculous.
And everybody's saying your dog is so aggressive, but you had no issues of putting the baby next to it for a cute little pre-murder shoot.
Yeah.
So, is it going to be worth it? Whatever, like that only time will tell where they go from here. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. How old is their baby?
A year old.
Did they adopt him too or no?
No, he's their natural child. Birth child, or I don't even know what the right term is. I don't want that lady to come on here and say something to me.
That would be, yeah.
Yeah.
Natural. Wait,
Okay.
natural.
Biological. Their biological child. And
remember.
yeah. And they didn't adopt any children yet. And I don't even know if they even got accepted. I didn't go through all their videos after I went to the Korea one, after the, Philippines fiasco. And then
Yeah.
my daughter had a lot of words about this.
Did she watch them before or did it just
No,
pop
no,
up for
they
her?
popped up, but she thought they were terrible.
That is nuts. It really is. A poor dog.
So, yeah, I mean, at that time, it's 10 years old. I don't know.
Yeah. Sounds like they just used him basically. I mean, really, what
Maybe he was going to get in the way of their move, like, hey, this is really cramping our style. We don't want to have to move. We don't want to put a fence up. Who knows what they were thinking.
Mm-hmm. But like they said, they have this big platform. They could have found somebody that wanted to, take him.
Yeah,
rehome him.
that's another thing. Like somebody, that would say, I live alone. I'll take your dog, right? And just if it was a real fan, maybe they would just want the dog no matter what. And really, I don't know. But then she kept saying that, and I'd like to look this up. She said that their state, in which she lives in Tennessee, that they're liable even if they rehome their dog if that dog attacks anyone. And that was one of the reasons they did. But I've never even heard of a law like that. Even if the Humane Society did it, she said, which is really, I don't believe that. I'm so that bad. But then she lied. She didn't contact the Humane Society. So, but then she was
Yeah.
so afraid of lying and clearing it up that she never said the dog was dangerous before and that he got along great with the baby.
Yeah.
It's very strange stuff.
Very strange. Oh my gosh.
You
Wow.
missed it. I learned about the case Carolyn talked about earlier. Which one? The one, the Michelle Boat? Yeah, she got guilty of first-degree murder. That was the most horrendous defense closing arguments. Oh my gosh, it was horrendous. The prosecution started out with, I thought it was bad, and then the defense was so bad, and then the prosecution came back and did a better close. What?
How long did the jury deliberate?
Not long at all. Oh my gosh, not long at all.
Yeah.
I think I
didn't-
went upstairs and maybe an hour or so, not more than that, not more than 2 hours.
Wow. And she testified on her own behalf, didn't she?
And cried almost the whole time. But she
Yeah.
cried all when they're reading the verdict, and she like stared that jury down. Okay.
Did she?
Mm-hmm. Looked like that. She looked like she was staring the jury down. She was staring the jury down, or the judge, or somebody.
I started watching that trial today since you were doing it. And then I got sidetracked, but I was starting to watch, I wanted to see, where she testified, but it popped up where the ex-husband was testifying. And I saw her sitting there bawling her eyes out as he's testifying. I hate how it wasn't like a full trial though. You know how you have to keep going on to court TV?
Oh, I'm watching on cable. I have the whole trial.
Oh, okay, see, I don't.
Right, they were just giving you clips.
Yeah.
That was so boring, though. Oh my gosh, I was actually nodding off. That's how boring it was.
Really?
He was making no sense. Elmer Fudd.
Really?
Yeah, Elmer Fudd. To describe her as a hunter, yeah, it's crazy. Hi, Preach Queen. Jimmy. You've got to be kidding me. Uh-oh, buffer.
Is it windy there, Carolyn?